Hello everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel. Or hi if you're new. Hi, hello, welcome to the start of another weekend reading vlog. I apologize for the sound of the rain. I just got back in my car from the book fair that literally has not been on since the start of COVID, and it is like my friends and I favorite thing to do. We were all so collectively excited that there were like 8 of us, and I've been here since like 4:40 and it's now 7, and now we're gonna go to a restaurant and eat some food. So I bought way too many books. I told myself I'm not gonna go that hard today. I have like 12 books or more. I stopped counting after I picked up books 5 to 10 of the Wheel of Time. So I will show you my haul when I get home later tonight, but it's the start of another weekend. This weekend's gonna be really chill. I am at my limit with my anxiety. This week it's been really terrible. My seasonal depression has kicked in because it's been gloomy like this all week. It's milking the joy out of my favorite season, which is fall, but alas. I also had a date last night, so like I am mentally tapped. So I'm not gonna be at the restaurant very long tonight, I don't think. Tomorrow morning I have a lesson really early, so I can't really stay out that long anyways, because I have to get up at like 7:30 tomorrow morning to go to my lesson. But then after that, the weekend is mine. So I will talk about the books that I'm planning on reading this weekend when I get home. But I just want to say, hey, I went to a book fair. I bought too many books. All of those books for like $50 though, which is amazing. But the no spend September has been broken. I didn't know that the book fair was coming. And it's for children, it's for the children's hospital, so it's for sick kids. It's all good. I can justify buying 12 to 15 new books. I can justify it. Hello friends, I'm back home now. I've been fed, I've been watered. I also picked up a library book. This is my friend's book club pick for the month, which I'm excited to read, even though it is YA. I think that this could be just the perfect amount of stupid horror that I want to read right now to get me into the mood for spooky season. But okay, so I went too hard. As I said in my previous clip, guys, like I went too hard. I went in with the mindset of, oh, max 5 books, right? Yeah, that was wrecked the second I walked into the fantasy area, because usually in my head the fantasy area in this book fair usually is a lot of really old fantasy. So I apologize if you can hear any road sounds. It is currently raining and it's slick. I got all my windows open because it's warm in here, but yeah, walked into the fantasy section expecting it to be low-key the same as it always is. I think because I've been on the fantasy internet for so long and like become really acquainted with high fantasy, because the last time I was going to this book fair, which was last one was in 2019, I was a hoe for the YA table and like the regular fiction tables. I was buying all those books and the classics and stuff. This time around though, my haul is almost exclusively fantasy, which as I was saying, I got too many books. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Thought I picked up 15. It's 14. Okay, not as bad as I thought it was by 1. As soon as I went to the fantasy table, there was so many Wheel of Time books. I got so excited. So I picked up book 5. I don't know which order. Book 6, book 7, book 8, book 9, and book 10 of the Wheel of Time, because they were all there. And honestly, if 11 and 12 and 13 and 14 and 15 were there, I would have picked them up too. That's how bad this was, my guys. And then when I was in the fantasy section, I saw this really cute like old style fantasy called Rhapsody that I've seen somewhere. I don't know where I saw it, but I was like, this sounds familiar, this looks familiar, so I gotta pick this up. It sounds amazing, so we're gonna go into it. It's like Rhapsody is about a woman who is a singer of some talent who is swept up into the events of world-shattering import. Like, it sounds great, and it's written by a woman, so we love to see it. And then I was looking around and I caught my eye on a Robin Hobb. This is the first book in the Tawny Man trilogy, which I know is not the next trilogy after the first one, the Fitz trilogy. I don't know what that one's called, the Assassin's Apprentice one. I know it's not the first one from that, but it was the only Robin Hobb there besides the Assassin's Apprentice first trilogy. So I was like, I have to get this. And also, it is so cute. This cover art is the vibe that I want for a second story. Like that, but like more bright and more seaside, but like that like Tudor style homes is exactly it. So I was like, I need this in my life. And I also need to read more Robin Hobb in my life. And then because I was just perusing the fantasy aisle, I went over to like the side that had like the proper size books, not just the pocket size books, and I found 4 more books that I was like, oh my god. I saw this. It's an arc from 2016 that was in this package. It's In the Labyrinth of Drakes, which is the 4th book in the Marie Brennan series, and this is the next one that I need. As soon as I saw there was an arc, I knew I had to pick it up because I know that arcs, you're not supposed to resell them. So I was like, I need to protect this with my life. I don't know, I get really weird whenever I see arcs. I'm like, I need to own those because they're arcs. And then it also makes me wonder who in my city also gets arcs. That's pretty fun. But I got that. And then I saw this underneath underneath a pile of books. I was like, I'm getting that. And it's Senlin Ascends by Josiah Bancroft, which is a fantasy book that I've been meaning to pick up because Reagan from Peruse Project loves it. And I believe Holly also does as well. Senlin Ascends has been on my radar for a long time, and I was so excited when I saw it. And I also then saw The Black Prism by Brent Weeks, and I saw it in a paper in like the little mass market version, and then I was like, I don't really want to get that one. Turned around and saw it in full size, so I was like, it's fate. I have to. This is another one that's been on my radar for a little while. Then I was walking around the other sections, and this was just in a bucket in the children's area and like an extra table, and it was the Grace of Kings by Ken Liu, which is the first of the Dandelion Dynasty books, which, what are the odds? Oh my god, that writing is so small. Oh, I fucked up. Look how tiny the font is. Oh no. Anyways, this is also kind of a pretty like pocket size. Like it's the size of my hand, but it's like, I don't know, sexy. Anyways, got that one. In the regular fiction table, I saw this, Traitor's Blade by Sebastian de Castell. This is his debut. I like Sebastian de Castell's other series, his Spellsinger series. I've read the first 2 of that one. I like his writing. It's very snappy and pithy and wonderful. So I was like, I gotta get this too. And I did. I liberated it from the fantasy section, so I had to. And then my friend and I saw this pair of cute, like immediately I was like, the art is adorable on these books and I need to own them. And then she also like really wanted them. So I was like, well, there's 2 of them. We'll just each buy one. So I got this one, which is this like, it feels like a cozy mystery. It's Bricks and Mortality. It's a cold-blooded killer stalks at Cotswold Village. I am into it. The other one was the same author, same vibe. It's from the same series. It's called the Campbell and Carter Mystery Series. So I think I might, if I like this, I might look for the other ones and read them as well, because I love a cozy book, y'all know. But yeah, so that is my haul. I hauled 14 books. All of them were fantasy except for this one. Which is insane. I'm so happy with my haul, with the amount of like cute little like old fantasy books I got though. Like Rhapsody, I'm so excited about. Ridiculously excited about. And then my entire Wheel of Time series, I don't have room for these on my shelves. They're gonna have to go in this yellow case here next to me. But I'm so excited about finding all of these when I pick back up this series again, which I really want to do this winter and like start getting through this more seriously. I have them now, and I don't have to go looking for them at thrift stores because you can't find these covers anymore in store. So love this for me. And it was just so much fun. That was my little escapade of the weekend. What a great start to my weekend. I've had such high anxiety all week that I needed this. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the next few days because I've been around people for so long that my social battery is now in the negative because of yesterday being on a date and then today being with my friends and like just being in a really loud atmosphere for a long time. My social battery's done. So rest of the weekend, it's just you and me. It's just you and me. And we're gonna read. You're currently sitting on the book that I want to read this weekend, which is The Oleander Sword by Tasha Suri. I would really like to start that this weekend. I would also, I got Nona in the mail today, my guys. She's so beautiful. She's signed. I'll show it to you tomorrow because I don't want to get up off the floor. But I have the hankering to reread that entire series. So I don't know whether I want to make that a video of its own or try to do it and like try to do it in a weekend, but I really want to reread Gideon and Harrow before going into Nona because I really want to make sure that I'm like getting all of the details that Tamsin's laid out. So might start that as well. But the focus of this vlog is going to be the Oleander Sword, because I have been meaning to read that for a long time. So we're gonna get to it. So like low-key wanna kind of read this little mystery novel, so I might throw this in too, but we'll see what I get up to this weekend, what I end up reading other than Oleander Sword. I also have the hankering to just watch a lot of content. There's so many shows that I want to start watching. I want to start watching The Rings of Power because I haven't started watching that, but I've also been putting it off because I low-key want to read the Silmarillion before I watch that, because I'm that kind of a person. So we'll see on that one. But I also really want to watch the new, I only know it as the lesbian baseball show, Leagues of something. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I really want to watch that one too because it's got Janet from The Good Place in it. I also really want to watch Our Flag Means Death, or Meets Death. Our Flag Means Death. I'm also in my New Girl rewatch era because of seasonal depression, and I'm getting the hankering to rewatch Gilmore Girls, hence the Luke sweater today. It's gonna be a weekend, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get off the floor now. I'll probably chat to you guys tomorrow, but what a start. Oh my God. I just remembered, I started my YouTube channel back in 2019, at the beginning of the year, with a vlog. It was one of my first videos, was a vlog that was us going to the book fair, and it was going also to a haunted hotel nearby. Oh, that makes me happy. Now I'm gonna have to go rewatch that vlog now, but it's still up. I have never privated any of my videos, so I'm rambling. I'm rambling now. So I'm gonna say goodnight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello friends, happy Saturday. Just wrapped up my live stream. Today I got about just under 3,000 words added to Project Second Story. I added a whole new scene in between a bunch of Arlias scenes, broke it up with a Finn one, giving him a little bit more movement and agency in this story that I realize upon reread and reworking it that there isn't a lot of Finn centered stuff in here to really get a sense of his character. So added another Finn scene. We love to see it. We love to see it. And I'm just pressing pause in the middle of the HGTV chapter. This chapter is very HGTV-esque. It is when Ari goes out and finds a couple word workers who are siblings, the Aldridges, brings them back to the shop to show them the damages, because there is like water damage in the back from a storm that they had about 6 months prior that the previous owner had never worked on. I wanted to kind of figure out where, because I've decided I'm going to split the book into parts, which I think is probably the best way to do it with the big time jump that I have in this story. Because I start a second story with Ari and Finn in an adventuring party, and it's the whole moment of what Finn does and what Ari does so that things happen, and then there's an 8-month time skip to get them to Aramount and to the point where they end up buying the shop and stuff like that. So I have part 1 is all the previous stuff, part 2 starts with that 8-month time skip, and I don't know where to end part 2 and whether or not I'm gonna have 3 parts or 4 parts. So it's kind of interesting to see. I'm kind of trying to see if there's a distinct mini arc that I could work with. I'm not entirely sure, but that's kind of where I'm at. Things are going good. I think I've said this a couple places, but I'm gonna try and finish this draft of a second story in September, and then in October do an edit of it and also plan book 2 and plot that out, because NaNoWriMo's coming up and I want to do book 2 for NaNoWriMo and do a very similar thing where I write a 70,000 word novel in 30 days kind of a thing. I'm gonna do Extreme NaNoWriMo again, and we'll see how that goes, and I will be documenting that, and I will be, TikToking that and all that kind of stuff, but because that seems to be the only way that I can keep myself accountable on those kind of challenges, keeping myself accountable through you guys. So it's nice. And it adds to my productivity because I love updating people on my progress and stuff like that. So, and I'm really excited about book 2. I'm letting it kind of brew a little bit in my head. I've got the plan down. I've got the story hook down. I need to let it kind of brew a little bit to find my main character Lottie's voice. And this next book, I'll give you a teaser, is going to be sapphic, which is very fun. And there's going to be a sister relationship at the heart of this as well, which is going to be really interesting to play with. It's going to have probably more going on than a second story, but I'm still keeping it in the cozy vibe. And whereas a second story is a very, very summery book, the second one is going to be a autumn book. So I'm very excited to work on it in November. It's gonna be so good. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I have about 40 minutes before a D&D game happening tonight, so I think I'm gonna take the time to do a little bit of reading. I think I'm gonna officially start working my way through the Oleander Sword. But I also, today when I was out and about, I ended up picking up another book at Walmart because I saw it and I was like, this looks really cool. But it is Monsters Born and Made by Tanvi Burwa. I know nothing about it. All it says is that Monsters Born and Made is an epic South Asian inspired fantasy that will leave you breathless until the very last page. Excited. And the tagline on the back there at the very top says, you swim with monsters, these people cannot scare you. Intrigued. But, ooh, I mentioned this in my live stream, but I'm thinking of reorganizing my books a little bit and taking like all of my literary fiction books to the end there and moving them to my yellow cabinet in there, because there's like a blank shelf that I've like moved stuff off of to do that, because I'm out of space. And with those 14 books that I got yesterday and the amount of books that I have laying around my place, like I have a stack of books right there and I have my TBR cart and stuff like that. I don't have enough room on my shelves for all of my books that I currently own. So I'm thinking of moving all of my literary fiction books off my shelves and just making it like more fantasy centric and just like moving everything down a little bit so that I can fit more on the shelves and just give myself a little bit more breathing room with the fantasy, because I feel like my fantasy is so tightly packed in a lot of places. So that's an idea. I don't know if I'm gonna do that this weekend, but it's an idea in the back of my head. That's what's happening. Update on the mental health. Today was awful. This morning, like my piano lesson, I was fine, but when I left my piano lesson, I felt like I was gonna fall asleep at the wheel driving home. So I went and got a coffee, and then I went and walked around Walmart just to try get myself like more awake, and I needed a couple things at Walmart. I went to Valley Village to just walk around the thrift store, didn't find anything there, but stopped back a Starbucks and it was very tasty. Came home and kind of just been like laying on the couch kind of thing in a very melancholic state. But as soon as I started that stream, you guys are next level at making my mood so much better. Immediately when I had like 11 of you right at the top of the stream, which has never happened. I've never had that many people in a stream before. And you guys were all talking to me and telling me about your projects and how excited you were and like what you were doing. And I caught the productivity bug and I was ready to go. Like I was almost ready to just read this entire stream instead of write. I got almost 3,000 words done today because of you guys. Like the energy was incredible. So I love that. If you ever want to hang out on a live stream with me, please feel free. I'm usually live on Saturdays at around 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're gonna go start the Oleander Sword. While I'm here, I went to grab it and it didn't come with me, but look at her. Oh, I'm so excited. I really want to get a burger t-shirt like this. There's a few on Etsy that I've been eyeing, but because this month has been a no-spend September month for the most part, I have not bought it. But it's got pink foil on the front. It's got like the locked tomb on it. Very fun. Previous two have been skulls, so very intriguing. But best part, it's signed. I love it. I love getting signed books. Oh, it makes me happy. I'm excited to get to this eventually. I have to read 3 books ahead of it, but I'm going to get to it. I think I'm gonna, as soon as I'm done the Oleander Sword, I'm gonna start a like locked tomb vlog where I reread everything, and I'm not gonna let myself read anything in between the books. It's just gonna be Gideon, Harrow, Nona right away. That's the plan. Anyways, this is next. Let's go. Hello friends, happy Sunday. I am just running out of the house because mom asked me over to make some soup. So we're gonna go make some chicken noodle soup. When I get back home, I will inform you of my reading habits. Oh yes, that way. Soup time. It's now much later on Sunday. I've come home, we made the soup, I made myself dinner, I've already eaten dinner, I've read 84 pages of the Oleander Sword, 84 more pages than I was sitting at last night, and I've watched a couple YouTube videos. Life has been crazy today. I wanted to update you on the Oleander Sword. I am currently 184 pages in. Last night I got to page 100 roughly, and I am living my very best life. This is so good so far. We've already had a lot of moments where I'm just like, what is happening? Which is so good. It's been a little while since I've read a book this good. So I'm living my very best life right now. Annotating it like crazy. Annotating it so much that I ran out of ink in my purple pen, and I'm very sad because these purple pens are my favorite pens, and I ran out of ink. So now I just have to write with my boring black pen. Ugh. Oleander Sword is exceptional. I'm living my very best life. One thing that I absolutely love about Tasha Suri's writing is that she has the capability of painting such a beautiful picture with like one sentence. Her writing is lush and vivid, and it's so good. And her world building is so delicious, and her relationships that she crafts with the characters is exceptional. This is the first sequel that I've read by her. I've only read first books by her, which The Jasmine Throne and Empire of Sand. That's what it is, I think. But I've read that one and this and The Jasmine Throne, and both of them so good. I love seeing how Tasha Suri's writing has changed from that debut to these now. So good, like so good. I'm contemplating getting her Wuthering Heights retelling, and I didn't like Wuthering Heights. So just because it's Tasha Suri, and Tasha Suri can do no wrong. I am fully convinced though that she's gonna absolutely break my heart in these next however many hundreds of pages I have to read. How many pages are there? Oh, there's a little glossary at the back. That's nice. Cast of characters. 480 pages total, so I have another 300 pages to go. So I'm fully expecting her to break my soul with the rest of these 300 pages that I have left. Tonight, I don't know how far I'm going to get. I'm kind of like in a jumping around watching different media mood, and it feels like I don't want to like just pin down and watch one thing. I also was watching TikToks a little while ago, so like the attention span's not here today, but I really want to keep reading this. And because I have like all of my books next to me on my couch from the book fair, I moved them all here because I was filming a haul for TikTok, and now they're just sitting on my couch, and I want to read them all. I want to dive into them all, and I really want to dive into my Gideon read. I'm getting in that mood where I just want to consume everything all at once, and that's gonna probably leave me consuming nothing, because that's usually what I do when I get into this mood of like I want to consume all the things, then I don't. Anyways, now I'm rambling. Oleander Sword is going great, and we'll see how far I get tonight. I'll leave it here and I'll chat to you guys a little later. Oh my god. Okay, I'm on page 337 of the Oleander Sword. In this book, the tension, the drama, but not even that, just like the absolute, I don't even know how to describe this book. It is just bad shit. There's so much going on. I don't know what's going on. It's just a lot of screaming on the page right now in my annotations. What is this book? It is so good. So many things are happening. I don't know what to do. Oh my god. I haven't even told you what this is about. It's a sequel to The Jasmine Throne, one of my favorite fantasies of last year and of all time. The Jasmine Throne follows multiple characters but has a focus on Priya and Malini, who is a tortured, imprisoned princess by her brother the Emperor, who is an absolute freaking monster, and Priya, who is just a maidservant at the beginning of this, but she's also a temple child, and like back in the day all these temple children were burned, but she didn't. She escaped with her brother and like lived as a maidservant for a long time. And they come together and they like escape, and there's this revolution and this whole thing happening, and they fall kind of in love, sort of, and this book has just taken all of that and stepped the fuck up. I'm so shook. What is happening? I don't even know what to do right now. I don't even know what to do. The amount of blue balls I have from this book too, because I keep wanting things to happen, but it's not happening. They haven't even kissed each other, and it's on page 137! I swear to God, if they don't kiss in this book, Tasha Suri, I'm gonna crawl through the screen. Wherever you are, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna demand you make my ladies happy in the next one. I'm so scared for the last chunk of this book. And yes, I'm reading it tonight. I have about 140 pages left. I'm finishing this tonight. It's only 10 o'clock. And I know I said I wasn't going to, but I'm so into it now. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Hey, Tasha. What the hell was that? Oh my God. Tasha, why? Oh my God. Everybody crying over this book on the internet was right. And I hate that they're right. Tasha, what did you do? Everything's bad. Everything's bad. Oh my God. It has been so long since I've read a 5-star book, but my guys, I don't even have to run it through Compile to tell you this is a 5-star book. What the bloody hell? Tasha Suri, what am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do now? I don't even know what to say. This book was so good. Absolutely not a single flaw. And Tasha ripped my entire soul out of my body multiple times. Multiple times. I am but a husk. How am I supposed to move on? How am I supposed to wait for the 3rd book? I don't know what to do. Oh my God. Well, this just made it onto the list of my favorite fantasies of the year, my guys. If not favorite books of the year, if not in the top 3, if not the top 1. I don't know if it ekes out Legends and Lattes yet, because Legends and Lattes is a special kind of book, but oh, oh my God, the series is so good. Wow. Hello friends and happy Monday. Welcome to the end of this vlog. Hi, hello everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. Enjoyed me going to the book fair, screaming over the Oleander Sword. I did put through Compile and it is 5 stars. This is my favorite. This is so good. I also did the marker running down the page thing and it literally just looks like sprayed edges at this point. This book is very heavily annotated and it's just so good. Oh my gosh, I had a great time and also a terrible time because it ripped my soul out, but like in a good way. But yes, my friends, that is all I read this weekend. I'm getting a little bit slow on my reading this month, which is unfortunate because there are so many things that I do want to be reading, but I'm enjoying at least what I'm reading, so that's the main point, isn't it? I know we're all about numbers here on BookTube, but it's nice to have things that are just enjoyment reads. I have hit my 100 books anyways of the year, which was my Goodreads goal, so I'm not in any hurry, because I'm not like I'm pushing towards a number anymore, so everything is good, everything is great. Really, really loved this book, and I know I said last night that I wasn't gonna push through and read the rest of it, but I don't know if y'all saw me. I was very, very hooked, and I needed to know. I needed to finish this book. And it was just exceptional. Both of these books have been exceptional so far. Tasha Suri is a master of her craft, and I cannot wait to read whatever else she puts out. She's wonderful. Anyways, my friends, I have to leave to my teaching job in a second. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below how your September is going, or if you don't really have a comment, you can just leave me a little book stack emoji. I always love to see those and know that you made it all the way to the end. But I will catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.